In today's news, BVI residents outraged over vaccine distribution to non-essential persons. And today we are live with author David Archer Jr. on his upcoming one-year event, as well as we see the vaccine registration portal within the BVI that is now temporarily closed. All that and so much more when 284 News returns.
Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and our partners that hold us down. It's season 2 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, taking you on the most inspiring journey with the best and brightest distinguished gentlemen of the BVI. Raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men like you've never seen them before. Governor Augustus J.U. Jaspert, Jovan Klein, Neil Klein, and so much more. Turning modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen with yours truly, Ron Grant, a 284 Media production.
Viewers, welcome to 284 News. My name is Javon Wilson, nestled here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. And of course, it is my pleasure to be bringing you your February 18th edition of 284 News. Now, lots of big headlines topping our newscast today, beginning with some public backlash over what seems to be an uncalculated rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine in the territory. Now, yesterday, many persons confirming that they received the vaccine even though they were not authorized to do so. How could this have happened? Well, viewers, this is what many residents are asking, and we have the answers tonight. Also, we are live with the Deputy Governor, but today in a very different capacity, the capacity of author, to discuss his upcoming one-year anniversary event since the launch of his book, Pioneering Greatness. It's all going down this weekend, and trust me, you want to know all about it. But for now, viewers, your local news. Now, many non-essential workers and unauthorized residents of the British Virgin Islands were yesterday able to secure their first dose of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine ahead of healthcare and frontline workers who should have been first in line as mandated in the Phase 1 of the vaccination rollout plan. Now, viewers, videos and pictures circulating on social media has confirmed, and as you can see in that picture, a dense lineup of residents who were informed of the opportunity by word of mouth, some of whom were even vaccinated. Now, a newly immunized resident said, and I quote, "I heard about it quite by chance and called the Eastern Clinic to verify, was told to come on down. Still meant standing in the hot sun for 3 hours, but I got through. About 50 people behind me didn't," end of quote. Now, viewers, many are now outraged that persons were inoculated ahead of the priority groups and are now questioning the medical database system that was set in place to ensure a smooth rollout. Now, one BVI resident said, and I quote once again, "A bit confused here, not seeing any healthcare professionals, elderly folk, or first responders. Many have signed up and are yet to receive their appointments. Are these folks in the priority group?" End of quote. Now, an elderly resident who actually fell into the Phase 1 group added that he was actually on the scene. He said, and I quote, "We are in our middle 70s and could not get the vaccine, but they were giving out tickets to people in their 30s. The girl at the hospital said she had not been told to see seniors first. We came away disgusted." End of quote. Now, viewers, speaking to the matter to our newsroom just last night was the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Ronald Georges, who said, and I quote, "From the pictures I saw, the clinic was obviously mobbed by persons not included in the Phase 1 group, and the staff would have been under immense pressure. From reports, they handled the situation well. As stated, it is incumbent on persons to respect the process and to do their civic duty by allowing those designated to be at the head of the queue to be vaccinated first." End of quote. Now, viewers, when questioned on whether medical professionals were utilizing a verification system to ensure that the right categories of persons were dealt with first, Dr. Georges responded, and I quote, "That was what they were supposed to be doing. As I said, we are still learning from the BVI Health Services Authority as to what transpired. End of quote. Now, viewers, even though some vaccines were administered yesterday at the Parham Clinic, in excess of 50 persons were actually turned away shortly after 3:30 p.m. and told to return another day, according to reports reaching our newsroom. Now, since the official rollout of the vaccination plan on February 11th, many persons have utilized the registration portal via the government's website to sign up for the vaccine. However, in light of yesterday's happenings, it is clear that some of those applicants were bypassed. They were never contacted. Now, government's press release initially stated that they will focus on, and I quote, frontline workers, including healthcare workers, police, customs, immigration, and fire department officers over the following week and a half. They also added additional groups of frontline workers, elderly persons, and of course, those with chronic diseases and most at risk will be accommodated. That's what the government statement added. Now, despite yesterday's ordeal, Dr. Ronald Georges is pleased that residents are optimistic about the vaccines. He said, and I quote, "It is encouraging to see that many persons are interested in getting vaccinated and do their part to reduce the impact of the virus on the territory. We are in phase 1 of essential and frontline workers vaccinations, after which we will move to phase 2, those over 60, and of course with underlying conditions." Clearly, a large number of persons outside of those groups are very anxious to get vaccinated and presented at the vaccination locations yesterday. He also said persons are encouraged to exercise patience and proceed in an orderly manner and await to be scheduled in their respective phases as the vaccination centers are brought online. That's what Dr. Ronald Georges said last evening. Now, the territory has so far secured 8,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine from the United Kingdom. It is unclear at this point how many of those vaccines were administered to date. Now, as we move on, residents of the British Virgin Islands were advised that the online registration form for the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine is now temporarily closed, effective yesterday, February 17th. Now, according to the officials, this is to allow for the scheduling of appointments for those that fall into phase 1. During this time, the registration form will also be updated to accommodate the subsequent phases and dates. The form will become available on Wednesday, February 24th at 10 a.m. Now, vaccination efforts will continue in the meantime at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital in Roadtown, the Nurse Iris O'Neill Medical Center in Virgin Gorda, and the Rosalind Penn Health Center in Easton for residents who fall into the Phase 1 category from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. Phase 1 includes healthcare workers, as well as the frontline workers, again, such as the public and private healthcare workers, police force, the fire and rescue department, Immigration Department, Her Majesty's Customs, the Ports Authority, BVI Ports Authority, that is, Red Cross, Visor, as well as mortuary workers. Now, residents who do not fall into the priority phases should allow for the phases to be completed before anticipating appointments to be vaccinated. Now, for more information and updates on the phased groups of the COVID-19 vaccination plan, persons can visit www.bvi.gov.vg/COVID-19, or you can email COVID-19 vaccine at gov.vg. You can also call 468-2286, or you can also call 468-2287, and that is between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Viewers, there's lots more details coming out of these stories as they are developing, but we will continue to bring you that as time passes. Still ahead, we are live with our special guest, David Archer, to discuss this weekend's grand event, of course, to commemorate his 1-year anniversary of the book, Pioneering Greatness. We are so excited to dive into this conversation. So stick with us. You're watching 284 News.
Hey, Johnson. What's up? Well, you look like you're about to pass out.
I think I am. But anyhow,
Cho, what you doing?
remember last year when I spoke to you over the phone? When I said, well. Anyhow, ever since that moment, I was wanting to take this step further with you.
OMG, Johnson!
I want to know if you, Via, would officially have me as your sales rep with a friend
What?
to get live with our February promotions.
Huh?
Get live, get love, and get gifted. Bring a friend to CCT to sign up for a freedom plan, take a picture with them in the store, and post to social media with the hashtag GetLiveCCT. Then put your receipt with your number in the golden basket and wait on a call from Jante. First place gets $500 each. Second place, matching Samsung Galaxy A30s. And third place, $150 shopping vouchers each to one mark.
So what you really saying?
Really? And I could bring a friend too?
More the merrier.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, just over a year ago, we sat down with Mr. David Archer to get into this incredible achievement, the launch of his book, Pioneering Greatness. Today, we sit down 1 year after to get into the journey. Mr. Archer, welcome back to 284 Media.
It is really awesome to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, so just a year ago, we spoke about Pioneering Greatness. Now, this is an excellent book as it relates to, as it says, the empowerment experience. Just speak to us about, from that time to now, what the experience has been like. Walk us through the journey.
Well, thank you very much. Well, first of all, the chance to write something that is simple but can hopefully inspire persons was my motivation. Since the period of time where we launched the formal book in a great format, we were able to communicate further with others, spread the word about what it takes to be great, but work all the way from month 1 all the way to month 12, where we are now speaking about the 1 year anniversary.
Okay, so we are now heading into your 1 year anniversary event. But before we even get there, when I think about this book, and you think about the essence of the book, Mr. Archer, it really marries a time such as this. I think as a people, we have gone through so much, not just the BVI, but even beyond, the world over has suffered so much as a result of COVID-19 and have really questioned ourselves and our greatness within this period. Do you think that it was a timely launch? And also, in addition to that, what would you say would be some of the best feedback you've gotten from persons who were able to sit down and really digest this book within the last year?
Well, naturally, when you go through a period of challenge, a period of struggle, people, besides the basic things, they need to be surrounded by hope, inspiration. They want to ensure that people around them that will support what they do. So the book, in my opinion, provided a platform for persons who wanted to read, but also engage with words which were encouraging. And that was really the feedback over the year. Thank you very much, David, for writing this book. Thank you for giving us words of inspiration. And we look forward to being a part of the overall journey of persons who I call pioneers.
Excellent. Now, what would you say would be the greatest compliment you've gotten so far in the book?
That's a difficult question. I would just think overall, persons will shoot me on Instagram or Facebook to say, I read this quotation, here's what it meant to me. Is this what you meant when you wrote it? And just having persons say, I've been going through a difficult time, or I've lost my job, or I'm not quite sure what's going on, but these words have inspired me. That is probably the most critical and inspirational thing I've received from the book.
Now, one of my favorite quotes from the book is one that you actually posted recently. It said, some men and women live to be like great men and women, while some men and women live to be great men and women. Emulation is gratifying, but originality build dynasties. I think that is extremely profound. Because it really speaks to the fact that we ought to be ourselves. And why do you think that is so important, especially in this time, David?
Well, we were all born with amazing talents and amazing gifts. And while we might want to emulate others, I think that affects our gifts that we have. So when you're in a space like this and being original and working towards your overall path or your overall greatness, that's really fulfilling, I think, God's purpose for you. So my approach when I wrote this was to say, listen, it's good to try and emulate. But if you really want to be amazing, if you want to be the next, and you want to fulfill your overall talents, you should try to be the first in whatever you do.
I love that. One of the persons that I really admire and really, like you said, try to emulate sometimes is the famous Oprah Winfrey, who really would have paved the way for Black women and I think the Black race in general for media. One of the things she often reflects on is the fact that, coming into the industry, she really tried to be or to mimic Barbara Walters, who, of course, came even before her and paved that path. So one day she was on the newscast and she was, reading the script and was about to pronounce the word Canada. But instead of saying Canada, she wanted so much to sound like Barbara that she said Canada. So it was really such a candid moment. But she realized, she laughed at herself, but she really realized in that moment that it doesn't make sense. Why try to be like someone else when who I am is enough and who I am is received? And I think from that point on, the person she wanted to be was Oprah Winfrey. So that quote really, really stands out to me. Now, February 20th, of course, which is this Saturday, there's so much to look forward to. When I look at the flyer for this event, it's super dynamic and very exciting. Just walk us through some of what persons can expect going into Saturday's event.
Thank you very much. First of all, being in an atmosphere which is going to promote your greatness and excitement and having like-minded people. But for the first time, we will show the world premiere of Pioneer and Greatness. That's the video promotion, the video production of our last year's concert. Okay. First time, have never been seen before.
So this is a great opportunity for persons who, the event was sold out last year.
Yes.
So some persons clearly would not have had that opportunity and they can still come by and, of course, gain in on the experience.
Yes, indeed. And following that, which persons have never seen before they came to the show, will be my live performance.
Okay.
People always say, David, do you sing? I said, no, I don't sing. I can't sing very well. I can talk.
Okay.
And powered by music, that'll be Brent Hoyt behind of me, him and his band, just really, really amazing, real satisfaction in terms of music, dancing also. And then we'll culminate the evening with a responsible, amazing Pioneer Greatness dance party where we have our wonderful or amazing Craig Lake push pop to spin the tunes. But really, it's about being in an environment where people have like minds. They want to celebrate their own greatness, but more importantly, equally, they want to celebrate the greatness of others. That's what we're promoting. And especially during this space of time with COVID and everything else, we're really spreading the word of hope, joy, but really people working together and being collectively appreciative of their success.
Sounds like an experience to look forward to. And I know it's going to, ever since the flyer hit social media, people have been really raving about it and really wanting to be a part of the experience. Like you said, there is a level of greatness within all of us. When did you realize and acknowledge the greatness in you? And of course, what inspired you to even get into writing?
Wow. You're going to take me a little bit into the show on Saturday. That's a very in-depth question.
Without giving away too much.
Without giving away too much. Well, the whole writing part came about because I will always say words or quotations or things that I felt was inspiration. And I was encouraged to just start to write them down on paper. And once I start to write them, I realized this might be something I can share because I can't reach everyone at the same time. But if I publish some of my original thoughts, then hopefully people will share them, they will quote them, and we'll spread that love of being positive. Hence the reason why we've called it Pioneer and Greatness, because everything that's written in the book is towards your overall greatness.
Excellent. Now, this sounds like a grand shindig come Saturday. It's an all-black affair.
Yes.
Just tell us about the dress code a little bit more, because I know persons are still questioning. I'm an all-black person.
Yeah.
I absolutely love putting on black, but it could be black casual, black formal, semi-chic. What should we show up in on Saturday?
So we've termed it stylish black.
Okay.
So it's not casual, it's not shorts and slippers. It's really your expression or your version of being stylish and black, some people call it elegant, but it's not really elegant. It's just
Right.
bringing your own spirit to a black attire that you don't mind being flashed with a camera or being on the video or looking amazing amongst other person. So that's the dress code. Stylish, black.
Now, David, this is your first book, right? This
Yes,
is
it
your
is.
first book. Can we look forward to, I don't know, possibly a part 2? Or is there something else in the pipe works that you're working on? What can we look forward to as it relates to, I mean, you serve in so many capacities. You are our deputy governor, and beyond that, so many great things. But as it relates to authoring and being, and really adding to the plethora of local talent here in the BVI, what can we expect next from you?
Well, Pioneering Greatness 2 is finished. Yeah, already.
Was that revealed for the first time on 284 Media?
For the first time.
Officially?
So I have to ascertain how you're able to ask me these type of questions to bring out such first content.
This is why we don't give them the questions before the interview. Okay,
Yes.
we get to pull it out.
So it's
but that is
finished.
excellent.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's right now at the editors and the designers going through the final edits and design, so that in the next couple of months we can have that ready to go towards formal printry.
All right, so book 2 is coming. Viewers, if you're yet to get your tickets, David, just go ahead and tell viewers where they can pick up those last-minute tickets.
Well, at Island Roots and also at the Nook, Island Roots on Main Street, the Nook on Waterfront Drive and Main Street, or you can text 542-4348. But I want to be very, very honest. Before I came here, I got a text from my team, and I think we're probably down to about 6 or 7 tickets remaining for the evening.
Ooh-wee. Wow. So that means it's going to be an excellent event.
Yes.
Viewers, this is your opportunity to grab those last-minute tickets. Mr. Archer, I do think that writing, as a poet myself, I do believe it is such a vulnerable process. And what I believe what you have done is such a brave thing to share so candidly. But I think when your story can truly lift and liberate others, I think it's even more impactful. And I think that is what you have done successfully with this book. And not only by way of your story, but by your power to really awaken the greatness in others. So I just want to say congratulations. And again, we look forward to celebrating with you come Saturday. And viewers, once again, if you are yet to get your tickets, you still have the opportunity to do so. So thank you, Mr. Archer.
Thank you very much for your support.
All right, viewers, we're going to go to a very quick commercial break, but when we come back, lots to get into as it relates to the BVI Tourist Board, which actually launched a new competition for tourists. And Honorable Mitch Turnbull is now appealing to the public in light of recent gun crimes. All that and so much more when 284 News returns.
Can you feel the vibe? Give me the beat. The vibe. Can you feel the vibe?
The win! Oh!
What are the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin'? What's really good? What's happening? What's happening? What's up?
Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, as we begin to wrap up today's newscast, good news for the territory. Today, Thursday, the 18th of February, the British Virgin Islands Tourist Board and Film Commission launched a very exciting new destination video and digital marketing promotion, inviting guests to do just that. Be yourself. Now, after experiencing the rigors of COVID-19, including spending time in quarantine, isolation, and getting adjusted to a new normal, many persons have lost their sense of self. The British Virgin Islands now presents itself as an ideal destination for vacation, of course, for guests to unwind and once again find themselves in this sailing capital of the world. Now, the new destination video shot by local resident and, of course, social media influencer, Mr. Alton Bertie, invites guests to find yourself, engaging in different activities in the BVI, and directly asks guests to find your hidden treasure, find your freedom, find your palette, and find your sense of adventure, find your enlightenment, and finally, find yourself. Let's watch. Excellent work by Alton Bertie on behalf of the BVI Tourist Board. Now, additionally, each week for the duration of the promotion, 2 video clips showcasing persons finding themselves in the territory will be released to entice participation in the competition. Now, according to the Director of Tourism, Mr. Clive McCoy, finding yourself speaks to wellness of body, mind, and spirit as we reconnect with ourselves through various experiences, including relaxation, adventure activities, and culinary immersion and wellness treatments. Now, between the 18th of February and the 18th of March, both prospective guests and guests already in the destination will have the opportunity to win prizes in a competition inspired by the video. Travelers not yet in the destination will have the opportunity to win a grand prize of 2 round-trip airline tickets between St. Thomas, the USVI, Tortola BVI, and San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Tortola BVI, and a 5-night complimentary stay at a local villa, an estimated overall value of approximately $2,500. Now, viewers, there are so many more great gifts that persons can walk away with. But if you want to enter the competition, both groups of travelers will be required to submit creative presentations in digital video or photo format on Facebook and Instagram, showing how they find themselves here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. A winner will be announced on the 18th of March, and the grand prize winner will be required to complete and travel by the 1st of April, between the 1st of April and the 31st of December. Of course, for the rules, terms, and conditions, you can head over to bvitourism.com/find yourself. Viewers, that is all the time we have for today, but we want to encourage you to head on over to our website, 284media.com. We're also on Facebook at 284media, and Twitter, and of course Instagram at 284BVI. But for now, again, it was my pleasure, and we want to encourage you to join us again tomorrow for more 284 News, your source for local, regional, and international content. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.